I'm happy to welcome Arvind Purushothaman, Cloud Leader, Global Delivery Services from EY. Arvind is a business and technology leader with over 26 years of global experience in technology, more specifically in cloud and data engineering. So, Arvind, what are the major trends you foresee in cloud technology for 2024?
Great question, Sindhu. So let me walk you through something that I'm seeing in the market and what I believe will be important factors in 2024. Joint study we had done with HFS in 2023. We
Mhm.
talked to several organizations about their
Okay.
cloud journey. And what we found was around 65% of the organizations we spoke with had made significant investments in cloud. And out of that, about 32% had actually realized their ambitions. So that's about a third of the organizations have actually, reached or achieved their goals. So I believe more and more organizations are becoming aware of this gap between their ambitions and the reality. And I believe one of the major areas is how do they change this narrative in 2024 and beyond, right? So having provided this important data point, I believe there are at least three things that organizations will be looking at to change this narrative in 2024.
All right.
So firstly, I think organizations will now look at cloud rather than just an infrastructure play. So far, what we've seen is everybody's migrated to the cloud, moved all their workloads to the cloud. But I think this is going to change, and we've already seen this changing in the last year or so. But I think there'll be significant additional change in 2024. So what I mean by this is organizations will be more thoughtful in what they move to the cloud, what services on the cloud they should adapt, taking advantage of specific cloud services, platform as a service services, using specifically more managed services offered by the cloud service providers, and looking at ways to minimize vendor lock-in through the use of additional open source technologies on the public cloud. So while in the early stages of cloud adoption, the aim was to get onto the cloud. Now the aim is still to get onto the cloud, but do these additional things that they believe is going to be important for them in the future. And I would say this is because organizations want to be more cost effective. They want more flexibility in the long run. They don't want lock-ins. So I think that is necessitating this sort of a change, right? So I think this would be I would say, the number one, objective in 2024. Other than that, I also see there are a couple of other important trends. I think you mentioned that in the introduction. Last year, 2023 was a year of Gen AI, and that trend is only going to continue to grow. So now organizations that have started to experiment with Gen AI or started to implement Gen AI, they are doing it on the public cloud. I mean, for example, the use of OpenAI on Azure is really driving Azure's business from a cloud perspective, right? And so that is going to be a big driver in 2024. In fact, in an IDC Gen AI ARC survey that was done in 2023, about data showed that about 87% of European companies were using or planning to use the cloud for AI. So this essentially means that even those who were skeptical of the cloud or did not feel a need to adopt the cloud now are looking at cloud at least for AI adoption, right? So this is going to be a driver in 2024. Now, the thing is, when you want to adopt the cloud for AI, it is not possible just use it for AI. You have to bring in your data, you have to stand up your landing zone, you have to stand up your infrastructure. So this is in turn going to provide an additional impetus to cloud adoption, right? So I think that'll be an important trend. And what I'm also seeing is while we're having this Gen AI conversations, many organizations are trying to do application modernization. And while they're doing this application modernization, they want to bring in how does Gen AI help with the application modernization in the entire software development lifecycle? How do I use Gen AI to stand up my cloud infrastructure more effectively? So there is a bigger play, not just using GenAI for innovation, but also GenAI in the entire software development and cloud infrastructure setup. So I think this will be a very important aspect of cloud business in 2024. And finally, the third thing I wanted to highlight, which has been a very big topic in the past, is the cost around the cloud consumption. Right, cloud economics has been a key topic even in 2023, and I really expect this to become even bigger in 2024 as as organizations adopt more and more services and move additional workloads to the cloud. So three important points. How do I do the cloud modernization more effectively in 2024? How do I use cloud for innovation, including AI in 2024? And then finally, while I do this, I want to make sure I'm cost economics is definitely a key part of my cloud journey. So three trends is what I believe will be very important in 2024.